Hey everybody, welcome to iExamB. Embrace the iExamB learning experience. I hope you are able to revise, you are able to memorize the legal maxims through this series, and we have come to our part 3. We will be taking up another set of legal maxims. We have already covered 2 parts. Go back, revise them. Now coming to the next part. The first legal maxim today is corpus delicti. This was asked last year. The meaning of this legal maxim is body, that is gist of the crime. It is based on the principle that a crime must be proved to have occurred before a person can be convicted of committing that crime. There are 5 elements in corpus delicti: actus reus, mens rea, concurrence, causation, and harm. Coming to the next legal maxim, injuria sine damnum. You must have heard this in torts law. Injuria sine damnum means injury without damage. That means there is a legal injury without any damage caused. And whenever a legal right is infringed, the person whose right is infringed has a right to take legal action. For example, in Ashby versus White, this is a very famous case law for injuria sine damnum. In this, the defendant was a returning officer in parliamentary elections, and he had maliciously, wrongfully restricted the plaintiff from exercising his right to vote, even though his name was written there in the voters list. The plaintiff then filed a suit against the defendant. The defendant contended that the action which was brought by him was not maintainable as the plaintiff had not suffered any actual damages. However, the court held that the defendant is liable because the plaintiff's right to vote was infringed due to the wrongful act of the defendant, though there was no actual monetary damage. Coming to the next legal maxim, which is quite similar, that is damnum sine injuria. This means damage without injury. Here there is no legal injury, but there is a damage caused. A very famous case law to understand damnum sine injuria maxim is Gloucester Grammar School case law. In this case, the defendant was a school teacher who had started a school. Because of that, the plaintiff had to reduce the school fees and had suffered certain pecuniary damages. But there was no infringement of his right, thus the court held that the defendant was not liable. These 3 maxims have also been asked in the previous exams. Coming to the next maxim, mutatis mutandis. This maxim was not directly asked in the exam but was a part of the options, so we will be taking up all the important ones in the upcoming videos. Mutatis mutandis means with the necessary modifications. You must have read multiple times in different acts that various rules, regulations will be placed before the parliament and then mutatis mutandis they will apply. That means with necessary alterations while not affecting the main point at issue. If Parliament brings any modifications in those rules, regulations, they will apply along with the necessary alterations. The next maxim, the last maxim of this video is ratio decidendi. We have briefly discussed this in our last video as well with obiter dicta. Ratio decidendi means reason behind the legal decision. The term refers to the key factual points or chain of reasoning in a case that drives the final judgment. Whenever considering the earlier cases as precedent, court often asks parties to be very clear about how they interpret the main guiding principle or ratio decidendi of the earlier case. So ratio decidendi is the rationale behind any legal decision which actually becomes precedent in the subsequent cases. So this was our third set of legal maxims. Now we have memorized 15 maxims. Repeat them in your head, try to remember them, recall them, and in the next video we'll be taking up another set of legal maxims. For your preparation of SEBI legal exam, if you are looking for any preparation material, any guidance, mock tests, you can check out our SEBI legal online course. In the SEBI legal online crash course and quick revision course, you will find the various important material and you can choose the course that fits the best to your needs. If you have any queries, any doubts, you can write them down in the comment below or you can also reach out to us on this number. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned.